to figure out these technical things. Every time it's a challenge. Bharati, is it up?
Yeah, it started, Andy.
It started? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, masters. Thank you for taking time to join the session today. So today, we are actually talking about the divinity aspect of it, right? The life as it stands as divine, how we are able to sustain that, how we are able to accept it, that we are divine and we are the true nature of the divinity. So one of the attributed concept that we talk about in the living standards as to what you look at is basically trying to understand how this divinity dwells within us, right? What does this mean, and how do I stay as divine throughout the day and out, right? Even the night and all that. So this is an important concept. The reason why this concept is important is for two folds. One, for us to have those beautiful, blissful moments, the stillness, the blissful, and then experience the divinity within us. What does that experience mean? The experience of that peace that comes with it, and then the happiness that always dwells within it, and then you are coming out of suffering. Why do I need this? I need for those three things. I want to get out of suffering, I want to be always with peace, and I want to be happy, because that is my state to begin with. Now, for me to get to that state is my journey. Every one of us is doing this journey only for that purpose. Whether you are temporarily looking at intentions, whether you are looking at your bodily illnesses, whether you are looking at a comfort in your physical life or in your mental, emotional, whatever may be that you are trying to do today, ultimately that is the goal. Every one of us, today I am trying to take my illness out to be in that state, to get to that state. I'm taking my problem in my family out to get to that state. What is that state? Always be happy, always at peace, and always no suffering whatsoever. No suffering whatsoever. This is what I want. So Patriji has given us this beautiful platform where we can talk about this knowledge. Number one, we can practice the technique, what it means and how to get there. Number two, and he gave us the steps. What are the principles? The 18 guiding principles he gave us. If you are following the 18 guiding principles as it stands, you will get enlightenment. If you follow the three pillars, which is, sadhana, the, sajjana sangatyam, and then sadhana, and then, swadhyaya, the reading of books, spending time with masters through satsangs or, acharya sangatyas, and then doing your own practice. With those three, with the help of those three, you will get to that path. On that, we spoke about the knowledge aspect of it. Where does the knowledge fit in? The knowledge fit in the aspect where that is the ultimate thing. Only when you get that knowledge, you understand that you are divine. So there is a question that is always out there, that if I understand today that I am divine, am I really divine? Anyone would like to take this one? If you understand that you are divine, are you really divine? I want to keep it very lively. That way we have good interaction. And it's a very simple question now. If you think you understood that you are divine, are you really divine?
Yes, sir, we are. Yes, we will be divine if we believe that we are the God and we are our own creators. That will make us God. And to follow that, we should take care of others by kindness, first taking care of ourselves,
Mhm.
then taking care of others, kindness, spirituality, teaching them meditation, and so on.
Okay, that's a good. See, there are two things here. One is your understanding that you are divine. Number two, you are becoming that divine. So what you just said is the practice of that divinity. So I can only become divine by experiencing that divinity within me. When you experience that divine nature or divine qualities within you, that is when you actually become divine. Every one of us, whether knowingly or unknowingly, have heard about all these, buzzwords, right? That, hey, you are God, you are divine, God dwells in you as you, know thyself. A lot of these things are out there. But when you become the true divine, when you become the true master, is when you bring that practice within you. Now, for that, you need to have a lot of faith, lot of devotion, lot of commitment, lot of willpower, lot of understanding, a very lot of understanding, not just lot of understanding, very, very lot of understanding. And that is where each of us have our own pitfalls, right? Some are not able to get that. Some are able to get it, but not able to practice it. Some are able to do both, but then they are not there yet. Some are not even there at all, right? I live my life in my own way. I don't even look for anything else. I'm totally a materialistic person. Does it mean that I'm not divine? So the way you want to define this divinity is everyone is divine. Even the person who is a psychopath or sociopath or whoever is the worst of the worst person on earth is also divine. But why is that he or anyone else is not able to accept it? Because he doesn't have the characteristics of the divinity. I don't see that. Now, always we start about talking about, I want to see that, I want to do that, I want to be that, I am that. All that, whatever we are talking, is outside. When is that you're going to start to look at inside? That's the question. Now, from you or me to understand it and to become it is where the inside path is. We have to understand this very, very carefully. Listen to this very carefully, because you'll slip this. You may understand it from outside, through books, through masters, hearing from Esther masters, or scriptures for that matter, or somebody talking to you in satsangs. You may hear it from outside, but how does it become? It goes inside. And how do you become that? Only with your inner practice you will get there. So until that inner practice gets cultivated within you, right, you will not be able to experience that divinity. Now, this is where the whole myth is. Every one of us understands that everything is divine, everything has God energy, this entire universe is God. We talk about all these things, but I don't have the experience. Why? It's a question. Why? Anyone wants to take this? Why? When we know everything, that this is God, this universe is God, everything is God, energy is there everywhere, why is that I am not able to see it? It is a simple but complicated. Please, anyone?
We know that we are divine, but we don't feel it.
Don't feel it. Okay. So my question is more on the lines as to why am I not seeing it when I know it? To the point, right? You said feeling, yes. But why am I not able to feel it when I know it? What is lacking? Are we even recognizing that there are things that we are missing? What are they? If so, what are they?
Ego is the main culprit. We are too much involved into materialistic things, complaining, not being nice to ourselves and others. But mainly I feel it's ego. Ego comes in our way for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Sadhana is missing.
Sadhana is missing. Yes. So if you start to look at it, the fundamental reason why we are missing this basic question is because we are always searching outside. We are searching that divinity outside. You go to temple, you listen to some masters, you go meet them, you want to get his energies, you want to do that, you want to do that. The reason is we never, ever, ever believe that the very thing what you are looking for is you are already that. Right? What you are looking, what you are searching, what you are scrambling your head around, trying to understand what divinity is all about, is what you are made up of. So if you start to search inside, this is a very important point. That is where sadhana comes in. That is where, ma'am, you said ego, right? Ego comes. All of those things are inside of you, the feeling. You have to start search. You have to start. We all have to start the search of this divinity within us. And that's the icebreaker. Most of us, all the time, irrespective of so many times masters will tell us, go within, dive within, look within, take a deeper breath within. You know, they tell you in so many different ways, but yet we always look outside. Because we are accustomed to that lifestyle where we are always looking divinity outside somewhere else. We always think that there is different lokas out there. There are different worlds out there. I need to go astral travel. I need to go here. I need to go there. But we never ever accept the rudimentary fact that everything, whatever is happening outside, is actually starting with you in your own inside. It is that inside that is making that outside come to you. There are multiple different paths out there, right? The Hawaiian path, if you look at Ho'oponopono, you know, they talk about similar kind of a concept. We have the same concept in Vedas, Bimba, Pratibimba. There is a Siddhanta out there that talks about this very nature as to how you come. This was like a very ancient. Ho'oponopono started in the recent times, 100 years back or so. But the point is, why is that I am always accustomed to look outside? Why is that I am not looking at inside? That's the number one question each of us are not able to ask to ourselves. If I may just be still and ask that question to myself, why is that I am not able to go inside? Then we will get the answer. But we don't want that. We're not ready for that. What we are ready for is to search outside. That's why we will never be able to get the divinity. When we start to search inside, then you start to look upon yourself, to have that feeling of ego, to have those qualities that are not divine. When you start to going from your physical body into the emotional, into the mental, and into the intuitional, and right after that the very anandamaya, and right after that is when your real soul is there. The soul is standing there. It's so far inside of you, in your heart, right? So deep within our heart is where this divinity sits as you. But I would never ever look at it because my head is always outside. I have been told, I have been asked, I have been coached, I have been trained, I have been brought up. You may look at it in whatever way. We always look for the divinity outside. I need the easy path out. Everyone wants the easy path out, right? I don't want to sit and do sadhana. I want an easy path. I want some master to come and put a hand on my head and then say, you are divine. You got it. Right? So as much as we embrace the concept of divinity, we never want to be in that state. It is not that we don't know about it. Now we spoke about, we know about it, we understand why divinity is needed, and you know the qualities of the divine. We also spoke about the qualities of the divine, right? What are the qualities and why you need that to come out of suffering, to be in peaceful, to have happiness, all that also we spoke about it. But yet, we continue to fail, continue to not be in that state. It is because we are searching something that you will never ever get it outside. It is inside that we have to start to look. So let's take some examples and look at it, how this works. Right? In these examples, when I accept myself that I am divine, and the divine is everywhere else, then where is that I'm looking for problems? Where is the problem? There is no problem. If I accept that this entire universe is run by God, then why am I looking for answers? Why am I looking for solutions? Why don't I have the faith in the higher power? What is lacking? So it is that you have to be very sincere and very deep in the way you want to attach to this divinity. The divinity within us is lost in its own world. The definition of divinity is there with us, but the connection to the divinity, we lost it. And when you start to practice meditation, you are actually bringing that connection back. You are reviving that connection. And hence, what is going to happen? You will stop searching for God outside. You will start to believe that the very God that you are looking for is nobody other than you. If I tell you that stop going to temple, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything, you will start to look at me and say, hey, what is this guy talking? Why is he saying so? But deep in your heart, we all know that is the truth. That is the truth. The truth is you are God. The truth is divine is within you as you. Just because I don't have that experience or I don't see it that way, because I lost my connection to it, I behave overwhelmingly in a very, very different way because I have been trained or I've been brought up or my faith is looking at the temple. If I go to temple, I feel the divine energies. But then when I am home, why am I not able to feel those same energies? Does really a place have energy difference? If you truly are the divine, if divinity is there in this entire universe, even the smallest of the smallest atom to the highest of the highest mountains, right? If the same divinity and same kind of divine energy is flowing everywhere, why is that I am seeing differences? Where is the lack? It is me who is actually looking at it differently. Energy is energy. Divinity is there everywhere. If I may only be able to see it. Right now, you're walking into an empty space. You're sitting on a chair, right? You're starting doing your sadhana. Have we ever looked at the energy that the chair is carrying? Have we looked at the place where you are sitting has the energy? Have you looked at it? We never do any of that. Have we ever thanked any of the work that is coming our way? Even the work that is coming your way has divine energy in there. Everything is energy, for that matter, right? So anything that you are using in this universe, you have to thank, because that's divine. Anything that you are giving, you have to express the gratitude. If you are not doing it in the rightful spirit, you have to express it. You're doing it in the rightful spirit, then you have to thank it. But I never have that kind of view or a vision or that kind of faith or devotion within me that will help me to get there. So the question is, what happens if you are non-meditator? What happens is they cannot see divinity within the world. They will live in this illusion world Like the way they come, they are only here to do the pleasures of the world. They enjoy the pleasures of the world, and they are always connected to the flesh of the body. They do their part and depart. That's what they do. Right? But when I start to go inside, coming back to my previous point, when I start to accept that divinity is within me, and I start to go inside and go deeper and deeper and deeper, I start to bring that connection, I revive that connection back. I reactivate my connection with divine. What happens? Slowly, I pick up the qualities of the divinity. What are those qualities? Humble nature, helping others, unconditional love, right? Going out, and then when you see some things are not happening, you are like, you're trying to do your part. You're always there to help one another. There is nothing mutually that you are expecting people. You stop expectations from the world. You always start to give things. You don't expect anything back in return. These are all divine qualities. The gratitude that you develop, anything and everything you do, you thank the world for giving you the opportunity, the humble nature, right? And you become more a responsible citizen. Of course, this doesn't come overnight, but the point where I'm getting it is, as you go deeper within you, that is the important, that is the turning. So far, I have been looking outside. Now I have to start look within me, the divinity within me. When I start to look that divine within me, we have to believe that within will change entire outside of your life. The more and more you go deeper within you, the greater the divinity's power that you'll see outside. It is going to work like miracles. Things will manifest like that you never ever expected. That is how things will happen in your outside. Because it is the inside that is reflecting the outside. The mirror, your outside is the mirror of your inside. The more you resist on this, the greater and the difficult the problem becomes. Problem means understanding the divinity and staying in that divine state. You are losing your divinity because you don't believe that outside is a mirror of inside. When we truly understand that my inside is what is running my outside, I go to the source of the problem. The source of the problem is finding out who you are. In that process, you will get the entire world. You will achieve. You will master the world. You will go beyond the state of worldly affairs. All these siddhis, whatever we talk about, alima, galima, prapti, prakamya, isitva, vasitva, all these ashtasiddhis, ashtadasa siddhis, everything is inside within you at the source. So, in this way, if I start to look at my life, what will happen is, for every problem I am the solution. If something is coming to you as a problem and you are dealing with a situation, what am I doing in a typical lifestyle? I'm going to look for answers from someone else. I'm going to either blame, or I'm going to use my own victim card, or I'm going to make the situation so worse that I'm going to talk about that situation with 10 other people. I'm going to express my agony, my sorrow or my grief in whatever way, frustrations, I have altercations, whatever maybe that's going on, I'm always expressing outside. Once we understand outside is the mirror of inside, you will stop expressing things outside. You will start finding solutions inside. It's a big shift. That is what is called transformation. Once we understand that divine is within us, we should not delay any minute. Every second matters. Go find that divine within you. Connect with him. Bring him back. because you are that. You are what you're looking for. So the sooner you get connected with that, the greater enjoyment, the greater peace you will enjoy in this world. Everything and anything that we are looking outside is nothing but a big drama. If I say it is an illusion, you will not believe me. Hey, I have a family, I have kids, I have this, I have that. Yes, everything is there, but that is an illusion. Why it is an illusion? Because you got connected inside. Until you have no connection to your divine, you will see the world as real as possible. You will accept the outside world to the truth of its truth. You will never challenge it. You will never see this is a drama, this is a Maya, right? And the more I ask these questions, the more confusion we start to get into at some point, right? Saying that I'm going deep, but I'm not able to connect, because you don't have the patience. It is like every time you are flowing, you're using your pipe to fill the tumbler. Before it is filled, you're stopping it. It's like you don't have enough patience to sit for a longer time. That's why long and deep meditations is the best way to get to that divine connection. Only when we start to understand that my world is a mirror of me, then you will start to come out of it. Otherwise, there is no other way. There is no other way. So the moment I start to understand this basic principle that divinity is within me and I need to go inside, I cannot look for any problems. Whatever may be coming to you, if you are able to go inside, you will get an answer to it. Whether you are relieving the karmic cycle of it, whether you are accepting the very true nature of it, whether you are commanding as a divine, saying that this no longer applies to me, whether you transcend beyond the state of body, mind, whatever may be the type of technique or the solution that you find for, ultimately you are getting into the state of happiness and peace. And suffering will never come and touch you. When you understand this peace, this peace and this happiness, the world, the happiness that we are seeing outside is not even, you cannot even compare the kind of happiness that we are talking. The Brahmananda, what we get inside is nothing that is available, nothing even close, right? Nothing is available outside. But since I don't experience it, I see that sitting on a couch and watching a TV is happiness. Buying a car is happiness. Buying a home is happiness. I'm getting my worldly pleasures is happiness. That is nothing. So when I start to believe, there are three things that we were talking here, right? Number one, the divinity within you. How do you start to look at it? Is you have to bring your attention back to inside, not outside. Divinity is within you, not outside. When you understand, when you experience the divinity within you, is when you know that same divine is everywhere else. Right now, if I tell you that divine is everywhere, you will never accept it. You will never get it. You will make a fool out of it. This statement has no meaning to me because I don't know what it means. Until I experience it, it has nothing to me. But the moment you go inside and you get that experience, once you touch your own divine, once you bring your divinity out, then you will slowly start to see that outside is no different than inside. It is in fact the inside that is impacting your entire outside. Every problem, the source is inside. Every relationship, the source is inside. Every issue that I go through, every incident I track outside, it starts inside. If somebody comes and tells me a problem, that problem is with you now. You are divine. The divine energy flows everywhere else. If you are able to solve it here, you have solved it everywhere else as well. It's the same energy that's flowing. So, and the third most important thing is, what am I doing to get there? What am I doing to get there? Now, if I really look at it, if I am the divine, I am the one who is actually carrying that energies of the divine, and I can make the difference, then why is that I am going out and looking everywhere else? Anyone? This is a simple question, but little tricky. Why is that when I know all of this, why am I looking outside? No one wants to take it?
Can you repeat the question, Master?
No, when you know that you have the divinity within you, and you know the qualities are there, you have to go within and you're practicing. Why is that we are looking it outside?
Good self-realization.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Because our actions are not aligned according to the divine theory.
Okay.
We have a major difference.
Okay.
A major difference when you live your life in a dharmic way.
Okay.
That is not aligned properly. Then you shift the energies which are repel they repel against the divine thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then you don't get the results.
In a way, right? But if you really look at it, the reason why I am not able to connect within me and I'm looking for answers outside is because of my ignorance.
Yeah, ignorance.
Is
right.
my ignorance, right? You said it like you explained what ignorance is, but it is the ignorance that is making you not to look inside, instead look the answers outside.
But
When
it
somebody
starts from inside.
starts from inside, exactly. It is my ignorance.
Ignorance.
If I have, see, when we talk about the knowledge aspect of it, I understand that, earlier we were talking, I understand that I have divinity. I know Aham Brahmasmi. I've read about it. I've been told about it. I've been brought up and all that. But then I don't have the experience. Since you lack the experience of it, right, you will never be able to accept it.
Yeah.
That is the challenge for all of us. For all of us, the challenge is that.
Yeah.
Some of us actually look at inside, also look at outside.
Yeah.
It's another tricky way, right? Why am I going to temple? I'm going to temple because I see divinity out there as well. That's a different state, the higher state, right?
Yeah.
But still, you are going and you are doing it. See, the problem, until you realize that the statement, when you go outside to a temple or to a place of worship, you look at it and then you say that there is divinity there as well, there is divinity inside me as well, then you are one step ahead. At least the person who has actually seen the divinity within him now understand that the same divinity is running everywhere else, so he goes there and then he does it, doesn't matter, he's fine to do that. But the person or the practitioners who does not go inside but only look for answers outside, it's a fundamental problem because of the ignorance.
The realization should come from inside out.
The realization is the last state, right? What needs to come is the firm understanding of this divine nature, the qualities, the divine nature, and where does the divine rest? Where is he coming from? Until you have this experience inside, you will never see the divine outside. Go back thousands of years. Look at the Maharshis. Look at all the gods and goddesses. Every one of them experienced inside. In their own penance, they have seen God. That's how they are able to see the God outside.
Yeah.
all the Vedantic or Vedic knowledge that is out there, all the Shastras that we are talking about, everything came from inside. Even the Vedas came from inside. It is rishis who have heard about Vedas, right? Shruti.
Yeah.
Veda has another name, Shruti. Shruti means hearing. The hearing happened in their own penance. They were in the deep state of penance, connected with the divinity within. Then they heard these mantras.
Yes.
And that's how they wrote Vedas, right? Everything, whatever is going on out there, it is happening inside of us.
Yeah, which they experienced through their enlightenments also.
Exactly. I have a big challenge to accept this fact. So what does it mean? We are ignorant to the core.
Yeah, ignorant to the core.
Right? Because I don't want to accept this. I want to challenge it. Yeah, you may challenge it to the extent possible, but
the
what we
answer
also
is inside out.
exactly what we also need to understand is we should be honest and we should be truthful to our own state. That this is the higher knowledge. I don't have it yet. I need to experience it. I
We
need
are
to
not
understand more.
obsessive to the truth.
Exactly.
We are obsessive
Rather,
to every other thing, but you are not obsessive to the truth.
exactly. And the second thing is we walk away from the truth.
Yes.
That's the problem, right? When you walk away, you are now got the stamp of ignorant, right? Yeah, I don't need this knowledge now, right? I'll come back in when I'm 70 years, 80 years old age, and I will try to understand what God is all about.
Yeah.
That's
Then
a myth.
you get the
A myth.
Alzheimer's.
Exactly. It's a myth. When you understand that divinity is everywhere else, within you and everywhere, there is no problem. Life is beautiful as it stands. There is no good, there is no bad. Everything is divine.
Yes.
That is the state of a master. A true master is in that state, in that blissful standstill state all the time. And that's why he never sees anything like any of us. He doesn't get connected to the worldly affairs. Everywhere in this world, if I'm looking at, keep the divinity out, right? If I look at the world as a world, I see the duality. I see the fights, nations fight for territorial grounds, right? Animals fight, nations fight. There is always wealthy people, there is always poor people, there is always good people, there is always bad people. The duality exists in this world. In every form, in every possible way that you can look, you will see the duality.
Yes.
So what happens if you are ignorant, you will never be able to come out of this phobia or illusion that this world, why you will challenge the God or divine, saying that why did this whole thing come this way? Why is the world playing this way? Why can't it be fair to me? It is always been fair to you. You just don't see it that way because you're ignorant. And you continue to walk away from this knowledge. That's the most important part here.
Yes.
When you walk out, when you say that I'm not ready, I don't want to listen, I don't know what you're talking, all these are blocks that you are creating by saying it. This knowledge is the highest of its kind in this earth. There is no other knowledge beyond this knowledge. To get this knowledge is why we are here, why we are born. Right?
Yes.
My entire life, the purpose is to know this knowledge, to become this knowledge, to become the embodiment of that divinity is why I'm here in every lifetime. But yet, I continue to find difficulties, I continue to find reasons not to get to this knowledge, not to get to this state, not to even experience the basic understanding. Why am I living? When we have a miserable death, the day we are on the deathbed, Shastra says, when you are on the deathbed, the last moments of your death, you see your entire life within your eyes. You will have a vision that you see your entire life. What does it mean? That you will go through this no matter what. Your entire life will be a flash right in front of you. Then you will start to realize what you should have done, what you did not do, and where you are. And that next moment, you will pass. You leave the body. It's a must. Everyone does. Everyone will go through this. When we talk about astral life, when we talk about, a lot of casual worlds, when we talk about supra-casual worlds, we are all connected right now. My astral body is connected there. Why am I not connected? Because my mind and my body are sitting in the physical plane. I chose. It's my choice. Divinity is also in the physical plane, but it is the matter. That divinity we have to find. It is very difficult to find divinity in the physical state. It's not impossible, it's difficult. It takes more cycles of your energy to be able to identify that divinity in the physical form. But in astral form, it is always there. God is subtle. He's always there. He's embodiment in the astral life. You can go there, you can find him right now. Only if you have that energies. Right? So the more and more I start to accept that it is within me that this energies, this divinity, this life is all about, the sooner I come out of this confusion. And how does this happen? This does not happen overnight. This requires a lot of patience, lot of commitment, lot of dedication. You cannot be sitting and drinking coffees every day 4 times and eating 5 times, and watching 3 movies or 2 serials and then say that I'm going to do meditation whenever I want. It is not going to work that way. You have to dedicate your life. Paramahamsa Yogananda says, even if you are able to stay and meditate for 24 hours and pray to the God from the bottom of your heart, he will come to you. But who has time? Even that. Who has time to sit for 24 hours? In your entire lifetime, we don't have 24 hours to sit and ask for that one, the divine oneness. He says it very beautifully that that such is the state of illusion that we are living in. Every day you have some problem or other, some issue or other. There is absolutely no way you want to sit and find God within you. You continue to deny that through your actions. It is our own actions, it is our own feelings, it is our own thinking that is making us not to go to God, not to be that God. God never intervenes in our karma. Divine never plays the role. Divine lets you choose. You are divine. So that means that you can execute your divine power anytime you want. He says, how dare you forget God? The very reason why this entire world and you exist, you forget. And then you live in these miserable circumstances, blaming yourself, blaming others, victimizing yourself, cursing the life that you got. How dare? Right? So when we start to look within us is when you find answers. Let us not try to look answers outside. Every problem, the answer is inside. If you can go deeper and deeper, work through your astral energies, become more aware of your astral energies, then you will start to solve problems in seconds. No issue in the physical plane transforms without your astral presence. It is through the astral presence that the essence of your astral is the physical that you see. Whatever is happening in astral is what we see in physical. So now I want to come back to the conversation of the divinity within me, right? Now that I understand that divinity is within me, when I go deeper and deeper and deeper, what am I doing it? I'm getting the divine qualities within me. When I start to get divine qualities within me, I start to look at the world in the same way. I'm not now differentiating. I'm not judging. I'm not complaining. I'm not looking at comparing things. Right? I'm not looking at this duality anymore. There's no duality for me. It's all, everything is one. One with, we are all one energy. One big solar energy. That's it. Universe energy. In a simple example, if sun is sending his rays to the earth, the sun's rays actually are falling on the water, on land, on the brutal land, on the dirty lands, on the dirty waters, wherever that falls in. Does sun has any effect on it? No, right? Why? Because he is just a witness. Similarly, whatever I may be doing it, whether I am doing in relationship, whether I am working in my own work, or I'm doing some activity, or I'm looking for my power, or whatever maybe I'm doing it, I only look for the divine thing. I'm just a witness. I'm in that energies now. I'm connected to those energies. Nothing can come and bother me anymore. That state will only come when we start to look at inside. Stop worrying that things are not happening to you, because it is your inside that is making things not to happen. You are blocking your own progress. You are the culprit of your own success. We need to evolve in our own way to understand this greater knowledge. It is not easy. It doesn't come overnight, but we have to practice. We have to practice. We have to practice. The more and more we start to embrace this knowledge and understand that this is only through this divinity I'm able to get to that state, I will be able to get to that state. So if I start, last week we spoke about this divinity aspect of it. This week we are talking that divinity, the path of divinity is within me. It's not outside. Once I start to go inside, I will have to find it. I will have to be patient. I will have to be very, very, very contented. You have to be committed. You have to be dedicated. You have to sit for more hours of meditation. Your world is not going anywhere if you are spending 3 hours in meditation. Your world is going to become more beautiful. Your world, our worlds, right? All of our worlds are become so beautiful, and we enjoy the blossom of our life only if we are able to spend time inside. The lesser you spend time inside, the greater the problems you will see outside. It becomes miserable. It's a direct proportional. The lesser the energies you carry, it becomes more difficult to face the world out there. It becomes next to impossible to fight it. So accumulate energies in silence. Accumulate energies in silence to the point where you have your divine connection. You bring back your lost truth. And hold on to the truth. That way you don't see anything other than truth. Then we get enlightened. So it is absolutely essential as we draw our attention inside. What am I looking for? Where am I looking for? Is we have to empty the mind. That is the first and foremost goal. For every one of us, emptying the mind is the number one goal. If you have not emptied your mind yet, then you do not understand what going inside means, what meditation is all about. You're just playing, that's it. You're in the basics. You're preparing, that's it. You're in the preparation phase. You're not in the actual running phase. Why is that? Because only in that state of emptiness, you will start to experience the divine within you. If I'm not able to reach there, you will never experience the divine within you. When you don't experience it, you cannot be that. When you cannot be that, you will lose the knowledge. So only through that repeated practice of meditation daily, you will be able to realize the God within you, the energies within you. But it is like, even the masters, everyone who has experienced it, continue to give same kind of answers, that once you experience it, you will never leave it. You always want it. Such is the experience. So what are we waiting for? Why are we not starting to spend time right now? What is holding up? Kal kare so aaj kar, aaj kare so abhi kar. Kal mein pralay ho sakta hai. We know life is uncertain. So as and when I start to embrace this knowledge, I accept this truth, I will allow myself to go inside. That is the reason it is absolutely essential that we listen to the knowledge of the truth. Again and again, again and again, again and again. The listening aspect has to become a practice such that you start to remind yourself. First, it is through listening. After that, you reminding yourself. Then you becoming that, bringing the practice, and then you are that. You're trying to become that is your practice. First, listening has to happen. No matter what, you have to keep listening to the truth. Truth hurts, but it's the truth. You have to accept it. There is not a single day, right? If you want to really experience the divine, you have to do meditation every day. Every single day you have to meditate. Otherwise, you will never experience the divine. You will leave your body without the divinity. When you leave your body without the divinity, you bring a lot of curse to yourself. Your next birth is going to be a big curse, because you will carry tons of karmas, tons of sins that you have done. Whether you did knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. You carry a burden, a baggage of karma. All that karma will come to you in your next life. It becomes miserable. You will have a very painful life in the next birth if I don't understand my divinity right now. What am I holding? What am I stopping? Find out what is not letting you go inside. Put this as a priority. Number one priority in life is to get back my divinity, connect to my divinity, revive my state of divinity, become one with that, and live the life happily, peacefully, eternally. There is no death. We can make these bold statements now. Once you experience the divinity, there is no death. Death is only a mortal's drama. If you really are astrally connected, you don't see any death. There is no death. You can see everybody astrally. Because we don't have that astral view, we are not carrying that astral energies. We think physically, if somebody is leaving or somebody is missing, we think they are gone. They are not gone. Their energies are withdrawn from the physical state. They are still astrally there. They cannot go anywhere because they are divine. So the more and more I get this knowledge, the more and more I start to see these differences and try to bring that truth into my life, the higher the experiences are going to be. I'm not able to experience certain things others are able to experience, is because you're not going deep enough. You're not spending time. You're doing one day. You're not committed. You're not making this as a priority. This is one of the thing in your life. It is not going to come to you. Find avenues where you can spend more time in silence, do meditations in a deeper states, spend time to learn the knowledge, listen to this truth, repeat the truth every day in whatever form or fashion that you feel comfortable, and never miss meditation, no matter what. No, don't miss meditation. The only reason you miss meditation is because you're ignorant. or you don't see that your divinity is not that important, right? Sitting and having fun with my family is more important than my divinity, then you will suffer. That's a choice. So every one of us have a choice. So we live in our own choice. We die in our own choice. So as and when I start to embrace this kind of thinking, I bring those energies in my life automatically. This is the beauty of truth. Truth is not just there. When you start to look to the truth will pull you in. That's the power of truth. Please remember, it is not you who are getting there. You are just trying to get the connection. Once the line of connection or line of sight is formed, the truth is going to suck you in. That's the power of truth. So try to get that line, try to get that connection out there within you. Find that connection within you. Spend time to be able to get that. So once we get it, we are done. There is nothing we have to do. Everything else will happen. From that moment on, your life is on an auto cruise. You don't do anything. We don't do anything. We just let things happen. That's it. What may come, what may go, you are a witness to everything. Because you have realized God within you, you are done. Your job is done. Now the only job you are left of is divine is going to work through you. That's when satsangs happen. That's when sajjana sangatyam happens. That's when you go and do service. That's when you actually expand your own consciousness. Because now divine is working through you as you. So it's a beautiful concept. Next week we'll talk a little more on this, but it's about 9:45 now, so I want to take one or two questions if you have any. This is a beautiful concept. As you start to embrace, remember, nothing is outside, everything is inside. Your inside is the reflection that you see outside. Your divinity has to be connected inside for you to be able to experience it outside. Any questions? No questions? Yes, Ashaji, please go ahead.
What if I'm doing service and I am connected with divinity? Is meditation required? Sometimes, people, researchers, scientists, they work day and night finding solution to cure and dreadful diseases and all that. They think that their work is worship and their work is meditation, because they basically are immersed in that. Maybe they are also praying, or maybe their life purpose, God sent them over here for that reason. Maybe that is their sole purpose. And they think that finding the solution will save lots and lots of people. Like earlier you mentioned, when you see countries fighting territorial, and they are so immersed in that, can that be a meditation for them? Finding the solution to people's pain, and if they are totally immersed in that, can that be a form of meditation?
No, the short answer is no, because that is not the truth. It is the truth that will make you liberate. You have to connect to the truth. In this entire world that is changing every second, there is something that is not changing. You have to connect to that something that is not changing, that is divine. Everything else will come and go. So they are definitely doing true service to themselves. They will get next life as a better life. They will get closer to the truth because they are helping everyone. Even in the seva, you have to see what type of seva you're doing. If you're doing a physical level, you get physical pleasures. If you do astral, you get astral. If you do mental, you get mental. But if you do truth, spreading the knowledge of truth and providing peace and happiness, because those are the ultimate things. There is nothing beyond that. You may give me a physical happiness, but that is not my soul happiness. Soul happiness is different from physical happiness. Whatever I'm experiencing today with my physical body or emotional, mental body, it's all connected to the physical layer. When I start to experience at a soul level, it is of a different level altogether. That is truth. Only truth can liberate us, nothing else. So what happens? So you also said, hey, that's my life purpose. Does it gonna affect? It is not gonna affect, because that is your life purpose. You realize that life purpose means you have achieved what you came here for. Doesn't mean you are liberated. This life is complete the way you want it to be. The next life you get a better life, then you start to look at other karmas, whatever you carry on, and then you get closer. So people who are doing scientific work, people who are in the research world, people who are immersed in trying to save the world and all that, right? They still are in duality. You will not get realization or liberation in duality. You have to become one with the divine. That's when you leave. That's it. You will
Then
not.
thank you so much for answering. But what about the quest of the gurus like Yogananda and Yukteswar Giri or Jesus? When they found the light, then they started working with the people. Even some of the new age gurus also,
Correct.
they open a non-profit and they completely immerse themselves in the service of the people.
Correct.
So they may not be in that meditation stage because they are trying to help all the people get to God. So is that okay? Is that meditation for them?
It is, right? Because see, you have to start to look at, right, the life journey of Paramahamsa Yogananda or Jesus did not start this life. They have been in that state for multiple lives. They have done their penance in the past lives. They have realization in this life. So if you look at Yogananda's self-realization center in Los Angeles, the name itself says self-realization, right? So he already did his penance in the early stage of his life, and he got enlightened. Once he got enlightened is when he started to teach everyone what self-realization is all about. Same goes with Jesus. Same goes with any master, Buddha, right? Once they start to experience that divinity within them, and they understand that the same divinity is everywhere, and that's when they come out and teach about it. That is the truth, because they learn the truth, right? They become the truth, what they are looking for. What am I looking for in my life? My divinity. And if I become that divinity, there is nothing else for me in this world. I'm done. I'm not going to come back. It is my own will and choice if I have to come back. But for rest of us, we have to come back because we did not realize yet. We are practicing, we are listening, we are reading, but we are not there yet. Until we are there in that state, living with that kind of qualities and with that kind of purpose, we will have to come back. There is no liberation. So all the masters, not just Jesus or everyone, Buddha, even Patriji, you have to live in the truth. Not knowing truth is 1.1 factor. Whatever we are talking now is only 0.1%. Taking this and putting that into your life and practicing to become that, that's where the 99% is. And when you become that 0.9% will come in act. Because at that point, you no longer are there as an entity. You have become the divine himself. Everything will flow through you. So everyone's goal right now is to find our own truth. That's it. That is our ultimate goal. Everyone, every human being who is born, every living being for that matter, who is born. That's why you have soul evolution, right? So you go through this process. Eventually, you start to understand that all these material pleasures, whatever is happening, coming, going, this is all drama. This is not going to realize me. This is not going to liberate me. I have so much money, but yet I'm not happy. I have so much of family. I have this, I have that. I have all the pleasures of the world, but yet I don't have peace. Why? Because worldly pleasures cannot give you that peace what you are looking for within you. So it's a progression, right? It's a gradual progression within. But the thing is, when you shift that from outside to inside, that is when it starts. That shift has to happen. Whatever I am looking for, I have to start to look at inside, not outside. Outside is only reflection of inside.
Suppose we reach that state and we don't feel like coming back because it's the most joyful state and blissful state.
Mhm.
We don't feel like coming back. Is it okay?
It is fine. It is your choice at that point. Some might choose to come back again and again to give that divinity to the world. Some may choose to go to higher worlds and help out there. Some may choose to stay in that soul state and then help in the astral worlds, So it's all up to you once you transcend from the earthly plane. For you to graduate from the earth, you have to be enlightened. That is, you are living in the truth, the principles of truth.
So once you're enlightened, you can choose wherever you want to be. And
Exactly.
because the divine is inside you, so the divine.
There is no inside. You are divine.
You are divine. I'm divine. So I make the choice and I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. It's your free will. You exercise it at that point. Otherwise, you are forced to come because you still carry karma. They will not. Once you become the divine, there is no karma for them. There is no bondage to the earth. They have released that bondage, right? The bond is over. So they are no longer bound to the earth. They can be anywhere free.
So once I get enlightened and once I'm divine, then there is no karma at all for me. And I can choose to live or go to the other planes. And if I plan to come back, then will I again, because I'm born in this karma bhumi, if I plan to come back, is there a possibility to accumulate?
Yes, there is always possibility to accumulate. Even after enlightened, doesn't mean that I'm enlightened today and I'm living for next 30 years. I can accumulate more karma too. You can come down, right? It's all energy that you carry. Energy can go up or come down. It's all up to you, right?
So once you're enlightened, it is better to stay at the enlightened stage or go to the higher plane.
Enlightened, so there are two things, madam, right? Enlightened state means you are God. As a God, you cannot not serve, right? Lot of masters take karmas of their disciples, karmas of the good people. Why do they do that? Because they are God. They have gotten that state. When you are in that state of giving, you are not looking at the results. You are not attached to this worldly thinking in a way we are thinking right now, right? I just give. That's it. Out of love, I do it. Out of compassion, I do it. That's it. It is that gives all of that, right? Whatever it comes, let it come. If they have to leave the body, they leave the body because they know they're not the body. They're not worried about it. I am worried about it because my master is leaving the body, but they are not worried about it. So that state of blissful standstill state, that state of unity, when you are in that state, God flows through you. The energies of godliness flows through you to help the humanity, to help the cause. So you cannot really compare that to a state of you do this, you do that. It is not you do that. It is like out of that love and compassion and that kind of gratitude that they have, that this world is all God, right? They don't see any difference between you, me, and him and her, right? They see everything as divine. So that's why we cannot talk much about it. You can only experience it. When you experience it, you will know that what enlightenment is all about. Enlightenment is all about you being as a God. When you are a God, God created this universe. Why would he have any kind of differences? I want to be here, I don't want to be here. He'll just flow. That's it.
Thank you, Master.
Good questions. Any other questions?
Sir, if a person knowingly or unknowingly accumulating karma, and on the other side he is doing meditation, is the meditation works for him, and he is carrying a lot of baggage. So yeah, plus or minus, he's
Correct.
carrying on his side, and doing meditation on other side. Is both go hand in hand, or what else?
They go hand in hand, because the inside is going to reflect outside, the outside is going to reflect inside. So whichever has more power will have the influence. If my outside is more dirty, I won't be able to go inside deeper.
Yeah, every day
Right.
he is adding the dirty laundry,
Yeah.
and he's
So
not cleaning cleaning the energies or something like that. So does the meditation work for him or not? So many people are like that only, no?
no, it does depends upon the individual. Like I said, right? It depends upon the inside and outside activity, right? How much of the activity that individual is doing, what he's carrying inside, is what his meditation. Because if I am carrying all the drama of my outside into my inside, then meditation won't work, because
Won't work.
it when I say won't work, means you won't get to the state,
Yeah, right.
because you will always have those thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But if I am sincere, that I want to go deeper in my meditation, and I ask universe to help me out, then the inside work, whatever we are trying to do, will help to bring that, to lower that outside impact. So it's how you look at it, right? How the individual is looking at it, how the practice of meditation is being done, right? Those are the factors that will influence outside. Because it is inside, the source is inside, always remember.
Source is inside. So karma siddhanta works for him because he is not at all doing properly the meditation or
If
something.
you don't do meditation, then karma. See, today, whatever
So
you
he
are
has
doing,
to undergo karma. Yeah, that is the point I'm asking.
exactly.
So he has to undergo the karma, and whatever the result, he has to face it.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah. When
It's
he is up to the meditation, so then the karma siddhanta doesn't work.
If he starts to do the meditation, what happens is, when you start to sit in meditation, you are slowly starting to release the karma, what you actually brought in. Whatever you are doing today is not to settle today. It's for tomorrow. It's for some other day.
Yes.
You're not going to touch the karma, what you're creating today. It's going to come back in your next further lives.
Further lives.
If you are getting enlightened this life, then you will get it. Otherwise, it will carry forward.
Carry forward. Right.
So when you sit for meditation, slowly the baggage that you're carrying, that you brought to this life, slowly you start to release it. The more and more and more in meditation you do, you are releasing the karma of this life. So what happens when this life's karma is gone? You will have your outside, you will have a perfect life.
Perfect life. So because the manifestation is seen in the outside world when you are clean inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is not that everyone has to do it. Whoever has this knowledge has to do it. If I have the knowledge that for every problem I am facing, it is my inside that is making it happen, I am going deeper inside to solve the problem. I don't have to look for answers outside. Right? If I am looking answers for outside, that means that I'm still not there yet. You are trying to go hit the mirror. You breaking the mirror is not going to solve it, because you are still there.
Okay.
So you have to hit the source. The source is inside. So when you start to get that divine energies, when you start to connect, when you start to thank, when you start to say that, please forgive me, I am the one who created all this, right? When you are coming with those kind of energies, and you are kind of, really asking for that forgiveness, and you are sending those divine love energies and all that to that particular situations, whatever you're going through inside, then you release it from inside. When it goes from inside, it goes from everywhere else, because it's the same energy.
Same energy. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? All right, so we're 10:03 now. So let's sit for meditation, masters. Let's sit comfortably. We'll start the meditation about 40-45 minutes. Let's enjoy the blissful state of divinity. We have to go deep. So when we talk about this divinity, this is not about intentions. This is not about mind. This is not about problem. This is not about illness. This is not about body. This is not about mind. This is the beyond the state of all states. I want to be in the divine oneness. That is where I want to be. That is where God dwells in me as me. That is where we want to go. So it is only in the deeper silence you experience it. So don't have anything, no music, nothing. Just sit, go inside deeper, deeper, deeper. Try to empty the mind. That is the focus. The attention is emptying the mind. As and when you recognize that you are with the thought, bring it back to the breath. Dissolve yourself, become one with the breath. And once you become one with the breath, you go into the deeper states of your heart. And from then on, you will start to experience the divine energies. All right? So sit comfortably, close your eyes. Let us experience the truth as it stands. Close your eyes. Just take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Just tell ourselves that we are divine. I carry the divine energies all the time. Just sit, relax. Still your mind, steady your mind. Slowly start to bring your attention to your normal, natural breath. Let the breath happen on its own, my dear masters. It is very important that you are not breathing. Let the breath happen. Pranena baddate manaha, manasa baddate pranaha. Your mind and your prana, which is breath, are connected. They go hand in hand. Don't bring your mind or connect your mind to thoughts. Connect your mind to the breath. Bring it back. Connect to the breath. Connection to the breath. Your mind connected to breath is meditation. Your mind connected to thoughts is sitting. You can sit for hours with thoughts. You will get nowhere. But when you bring and connect your mind to your breath, you are getting in the deep state of meditation and you're getting into the divinity. Let us bring back the absolute eternal nature of who we are. Be with your breath, my dear masters. Be with your breath. Be with your breath. Be with your breath.